Hello and welcome to the next installment of my beginner series. We're starting off in the mission control. Today we're going to be doing rendezvous and saving a Kerbal from space, which will also get us an extra Kerbal that we can use. I've also accepted the next the next main mission, which is to rendezvous and land on the moon. But now I'm just modifying this rocket that I have and launching it to space. Once we get in orbit, we will prepare for our rendezvous, and that will be the main part of the tutorial. But if you want more orbit help, go check out my orbit video on this series. I think it was the third one, if not it was the fourth. But now we're preparing for orbit. We're just gotta go up to space and set our maneuver node, and also extend our antenna, and also extend our solar panels so we don't run out of power. That will be bad if we run out of power. That means we won't be able to control the rocket because we haven't got a Kerbal inside of it, because that space is going to be used for the Kerbal we're rescuing. Now we're above the atmosphere, and just bring in my apoapsis to 75 kilometers. And I've got the target set, so all you need to do that is click on the ship you want it, or the thing you want to set as target with your mouse, and it should show up saying set as target. Or you can fly the vessel, but we don't want to do that right now. I'm just trying to find a maneuver that could make it easier. For what I want to do, it does not make it easier. So we're gonna have to do some waiting, but I will skip past the waiting using a transition. But now we've got our orbital insertion burn ready and set up. We're just gotta do that first before we do anything else. So we're safely in orbit. I've just went a bit over, and just gotta make it perfect so we don't, because our orbit is very important for doing a rendezvous. I've just done a massive fail there, and I'm just correcting my failure of a brain. And now we're just gonna fast forward through until I decide to do a course correction burn, which I need to click on the ascending node and decrease it, so I've got a closer encounter with the ship I'm trying to save, or the Kerbal I'm trying to save. And also try not to overdo this. This is very, very important to not overdo, or you'll have to waste a bunch of fuel, because orbital doing these kinds of burns is quite expensive at low orbit around Kerbal. Not as much as other planets, though. We'll all be going to those other planets in a future video. currently I'm just heading to the maneuver. So we have so we're good. We're good, and also just checking stuff. I just want to make sure nothing bad has happened to my orbit when doing this. I'm actually lowering my periapsis to speed up my encounter, and to just above the atmosphere, about 71 kilometers. And that will increase my speed, therefore increasing how fast I catch up to my rocket. Not my rocket, my target. And now once I do this, I shall just skip ahead using a transition crossfade into the net until we're nearly there, and crossfade across. And now we're nearly there after 4.5 hours. We're nearly there. I'm just playing around with this maneuver node so we can get the encounter very close. You want to aim for less than a kilometer to be as efficient as possible. You can keep practicing in a sandbox world where you can just build anything if you want, but I'm doing it in a career mode to continue my series. I've just got to bring those within a kilometer of each other, but not too far. So I think I've got about 1.1 kilometer separation. Yeah, 1.1. And I'll just fast forward until the other ships are out of the way. So when I click square over this, it stays there. And cycling through these so I can get a very, very close encounter for very cheap. And I'll just leave my burn there and fast forward to it in 40 minutes, it says. And also I'm setting my thrust limiter to about 12.76. You don't have to be that precise, it just has to be around like 10. So our burn is not we're not going to overshoot our burn. Our nav ball has just switched over to target velocity rather than orbital velocity. This just shows what is our relative velocity to the target, which is the cable we're trying to save from space. We're nearly at our burn, so get prepared for it, facing the right direction, which I am not currently. You can see my target velocity is fluctuating because I am in different parts of my orbit where I'm going faster and slower. Right, now that I've done my burn, I can look at this. I've got a 0.6 kilometer separation, which is much closer than my burn predicted. and that is very good. So we're just gonna fast forward to it, and once we're there, we're gonna face in the retrograde relative to our target's velocity, kill off all our relative velocity, which I'm not doing now, I'm just preparing to do that. So I can have so it's much easier to change our direction we want to go. And I'm now burning, killing off all of my target velocity. I want to make it as close to 0 as possible. If you can't make it below 0.1, that is fine. And I forgot to put my thrust limiter back up to 100. Just gotta face in the direction of my target, which is that symbol there on the nav ball. And now burn. And if you're this close, you probably don't want to go too fast. If you're further, maybe about 5 meters per second, something like that. Just checking out how close it says I'm going to be. It says 0.3 kilometers, no 0.1 kilometers, which is not how close I'm getting. I'm already within 75 meters, so this is incorrect. So we can see the thing visually. This is a pod from the Making History DLC that you may not have, but if you don't have the Making History DLC, it'll just be some other pod. And what you want to do is find the crew march, which is there, and you want to click circle over it, and you want to click EVA on your kerbal, you want to exit, and then you want to click let go, and activate RCS, forward, back, depending on where you're facing, actually depending on where the kerbal's facing, and R2 is up, goes up relative to the kerbal, and L2 goes down relative to the kerbal. And now we just want to slowly get close to the pod so that we can enter the pod. And board. Now all you need to do is unset the target by double clicking on the actual target square. Now you want to face retrograde and just burn until your power emphasis is about between 20 and 30 kilometers above sea level. And now we can just cruise back to the surface of carbon after saving travelling carbon in the depths of space. Just detaching that. Don't need to unextend the antenna, it is fine. Now just fast forwarding to our landing, and now it looks like we're going to be landing on the deserts. Actually no, landing on the mountains. Getting some sounds from here because we haven't fully checked it. Got 10 sounds from that, not much, but it's okay. And I shall thank you for watching. Hope you had a great time watching this. Hope this was helpful. Remember to like and subscribe. Don't forget to hit that bell. Comment what you want to see next in this. And I shall say goodbye from Creative Mechanics here.